I think I'm going to struggle to make this video as well, but luckily for very different reasons. Hi everyone. Um, you may recall last time we were in web fishing, I was very sad, I was very anxious, and we're back in web fishing. I won't say I'm not still sad and anxious, but I'm considerably less so, and that is entirely thanks to all of you. I won't go into a long recap of what the last video was about, because if you're watching this one, you presumably are only watching it because you were interested based on the last one. So, essentially what I want to do today is just sort of a recap of February, about, an update on my situation, an update on what I think that'll mean for the future, all that sort of stuff. And I'm going to be counting on future me to edit this down again, because I've talked about some of this on stream a fair amount, but I didn't want to keep going because it would take a lot of stream time to try and accurately get any of my words out. And so I want to have the opportunity to edit out the pauses, edit out the repeated words, just give myself the time to think of all the words I want to say, all the feelings I want to express, and as best I can say them to you, while also not taking 45 minutes to do so, probably. I mean, I'll take that time, but you won't hear it, don't worry. This video should be shorter than that. If you remember the old video, you can hear the difference in the tone of my voice. I can smile again. That's nice. Yeah, so February went absolutely phenomenally. I mean, for one thing, it was phenomenal that February existed. In the last video, I sort of half-heartedly said I'm kind of considering doing a fundraiser because February is amazing branding. And that was kind of as far as I felt I was likely to go with it. I didn't think I would have anything within me enough to push myself to actually create the space for people to provide support in that way, Like, have the coffee set up, kind of point people towards it, but I kind of thought that was where it was going to be. But the response I had to the video, just the number of people that got in touch and checked in that I was okay, people that reached out saying they wanted to help, like, donate, people who wanted to help organize, just gave me the courage to actually go ahead and do it. And it's been, no exaggeration, a life-changing event for me. I'm still in a sort of a precarious situation money-wise, but I know where I'm going. I'm going to be moving in with Purin. I've just been up to their house, and we mostly just had a bit of a chill time, because February took a lot out of me. But we talked a little bit of logistics. We moved a few things around to, have a look at the space that could be available for me, and yeah, I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling hopeful that it can just work out nicely, and I cannot thank her enough for offering me that space. That's such a huge thing in terms of being able to afford moving my things and storing things and not owing my landlord rent at the end of my tenancy. I'm no longer worried about that. I think I'm going to have to be a bit careful. I'm going to have to, watch what my finances are doing to make sure I don't mess it up. But I feel like I've got good wiggle room for mistakes or for things to be more expensive than I expect. And that's all thanks to all of you wonderful people who turned up and decided that you were willing to spend money to support me. I'm still trying to learn the message that I don't need to necessarily give something in return to be worthy of receiving love and support. It still feels rough. It still feels weird. I still worry that I am encouraging parasociality or being manipulative about it. All I can do is hope that my fear of that has been enough to keep me in check with it, if that makes sense. So, as unusual as it has felt and still feels, I think there is a very good lesson for me to learn in that of just consider how my situation was before I told anyone how I was doing, before I was open about it, when I was trying to sort it all out by myself, and to think about how stressful that was and how impossible it felt. And then to see how quickly and dramatically that shifted once I opened an opportunity for people to help if they wanted to. I say that's a lesson for me to learn. I'm also going to say that's a lesson for other people to learn. I know there will be a lot of people in my community, a lot of people that I don't even really know. Some random person might stumble upon this video, and I think it's a lesson you ought to learn as well, is as uncomfortable as it might feel, opening up opportunities for people to show you that they love you, giving them the chance to help you, can make a world of difference in a short amount of time. And that discomfort is worth it for that change. Obviously, it's not a guaranteed thing. Obviously, I've been very lucky with this, I feel, as well. But I am glad to be part of such a wonderful and supportive community, and I'm going to keep saying thank you. I don't think my words will ever manage to measure up to how I feel. I feel I'm repeating myself, so, you know, editing crab, do what you're gonna do. But I have gone from every day being, at absolute best, very, very tarnished by worries about the ticking clock. Even if you've not been in such a situation, I'm sure you can imagine how draining that is. Whereas now, you know, things haven't changed dramatically enough that I'm going to be staying at the place I am. I'm still going to have to move out. That's still going to be, you know, a bit of a headache. I'm still don't have work. I've been applying, I've been interviewing, nothing so far, still waiting to hear back on one place. So in a lot of ways, my situation isn't all that different, but it's different enough that every day feels like so much less of a panic. This is the kind of scope of gratitude that I'm trying to put into words to express just how thankful I am to everyone who donated and to everyone who turned up to my streams. And everyone who still does turn up to my streams, you know, like, it still feels surreal that people want to just hang around, you know? I think I'm just gonna keep talking in circles. Thank you all so much. I can't, it's such a difference. So, with all of that, let's talk logistics a little bit. So, in the last video I talked about how I was sort of worried I'd have to take an indefinite hiatus until I got back on my feet. And I still will have to take a hiatus. However, this is a hiatus that I am fully planning myself just to make things easier in the short term. And I do not think I don't think I'm going to be gone for long. My current plan, this may shift depending on how timelines work. So yeah, throughout March, I'm going to be scaling back on streaming a lot. I'm basically, I think, only going to be doing collab streams with the possible exception of a special event stream that I kind of still need to, or actually a couple of different special event streams that I need to coordinate with a couple of people on. We will figure that out. We will let you know. I will let you know. But some of that still needs organising. But point being, there will probably not be very much streaming from me throughout March. It's possible that I'll do some art streams just while I'm there, but I think odds are most of March is going to be dedicated to sorting out what needs sorting out. That's all to be figured out. And then in April, I will be entirely stopping streaming just for that month. Partially because of, again, that's when I'm planning to be actually doing the moving in the second half of April. Also, the first 2 weeks I am house sitting for a friend, so I won't have stream access stuff anyway. So I kind of figured, you know what? Let's just make that an entire wash. So hopefully then back in May. And on top of those things, I'm thinking hopefully I'll be able to make some time to do a little bit of looking at my stream sort of setup. Figure out if there's new incentives I want to add, or like channel point things, or if there's stuff I want to change about the brand a little bit. If it comes to it, I'm kind of hoping I might be able to do a new VTuber model, but I'm not gonna put pressure on myself to get that done. You know, I'm gonna try, but it's gonna be okay if I don't. Yeah, Rebecca, you understand? Did you get that? In terms of Crebuary incentives and everything, my plan, I'm gonna, as soon as I've edited and uploaded this video, probably even while it's rendering and uploading, frankly, I'm gonna go look through the big Excel sheet and then do either some Excel wizardry or some Excel drudgery to collate all of the different people's names that, you know, haven't done anonymous donations. My plan is essentially I'm going to try and do a bunch of the admin for that this evening. As for fulfilling the incentives, the art things that I have, I'm going to be trying to do through March and April. The streams, generally speaking, I think, at least as matters stand, are going to all be part of once I'm back in May. Maybe all of May is just doing the streams that I said I would do. And then there's the longer content. I don't have a timeline on those yet, because I don't know how long it takes to write and make a video essay, or a song cover, or a film dub. I've got a lot of things I've got to do now, huh? Oops. But, yeah, those I'm also going to be working on towards in these 2 months. They will be lower priority than, you know, the move and everything like that, but hopefully shouldn't be too long with those. Maybe I'll try and figure out a proper timeline. I don't know. I have ADHD, man, and I've yet to be able to get meds for it. I'm trying! To everyone who donated during the collab stream with Smilky, who donated to get a set of stickers, hopefully, I believe Smilky has been in touch with most people, if not everyone. So hopefully those should be out and on their way. I do have some extra packs, apparently. They've not yet arrived, so I don't know exactly how many I have. But something will happen with those. We'll figure it out. It's all good. As for what I'm coming back to after the hiatus, what I'm going to be streaming, obviously, as I just said, there's the donation incentive streams, like the Paper Mario 1000 Year Door pre-hooked outfit, or the merch design, the persona design, all of that. But then obviously there's going to be Disco Elysium with my sister. That's going to be a longer running series. So that's not a one-off. That's going to be, we're going to go through the whole game. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't really know the game all that well because I've been trying to avoid spoilers. But that's going to be wonderful. I have a couple of other projects that I've been putting off because, hey, I don't know what's happening for a bit. But I will be playing Earthbound with Draynog. I'm really looking forward to that one. I've been wanting to go back to Earthbound in the Mother series for a while. And being able to play it with Draynog, who I believe will be playing it for the first time, it's gonna be so fun! I cannot wait! Okay. Alright. Here's another one. So, currently I'm playing through Sam & Max with Purin. I originally had another game in mind, but it wouldn't work. It wasn't cooperating with OBS. And in the past, when Purin and I have had point-and-clicks that wouldn't work with OBS, Purin has run it through their Steam Deck. And then it's worked for whatever reason. But in this case, it hasn't really worked out. However, because we'll be living together, we can work around that quite easily. So, Mystery of the Druids, we're gonna play it. Fuck. As for solo streams, I'm gonna be picking up my Zelda series playthroughs again. I mean, I guess I kind of didn't stop the Zelda series. I just left the mainline branch to go into the CDI games. But yeah, hopefully getting back to the main lines with Twilight Princess will be the next one. I also want to go back to Look Outside. I'm thinking I might start that one again. A, because I want to change the difficulty so that I don't lose an entire stream's worth of progress each time I forget to save or get too ambitious. But also, more crucially, that there's been like a major game update since I started streaming it, and I think that means I've already missed a couple of events that I would like to be able to check out. My brain isn't letting me remember all of the other ideas I had, but don't you worry, they'll be there. We'll have a lot of fun. Oh, for anyone who didn't hear whenever I said it, since we raised enough for me to do a stream with Facecam, the game we're going to be playing with Facecam is Goodnight Universe, which is by the people that made Before Your Eyes, which you may recall had a mechanic where every time you blinked, the game would progress to the next scene, so you had to keep your eyes open for as long as you could, and oh, it destroyed me last time. I'm sure this one will destroy me again. It's fine, don't worry about it. I can't remember any of the other things I had in mind, but I've got a lot of things on my brain right now, turns out. Who'd have thought? Weird, that. I think that covers just about everything I wanted to in this video. It's a bit hard to tell for sure. I've been very disjointed with it. My brain kind of feels like there's something I've forgotten about, but I mean, hey, if I remember it, then Future Crab, record a new bit to put here, I guess. But if not, yeah. Thank you all again, everyone, so much for all of your support. I really, really appreciate it, and I, not for the first time, finding myself knowing that if I didn't have this community, I do not know what I would be doing with myself. I do not know what would be going on, but I can tell you for damn sure I would not be enjoying it as much. So, yeah, thank you all so much again. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully it's not ridiculously long. And I'll see you again kind of soon, kind of not soon. But I'm good at ending videos. You can't prove I'm not. Bye!